Is it? Are we doing this at like 6 o'clock in the morning today for some reason? What's going? Oh boy.
Does appear that it is 6 o'clock in the morning.
Slept a little late today.
Did you?
It's kind of a late night, I guess. I don't know. I was hanging out with people that like Tony Redmond and Brian Desmond. Not Paul Robichaud, unfortunately. I guess he left earlier, but
yeah, good times.
Yeah, it was good.
It's like part of the old crew.
Mm-hmm.
I caught your picture of Mary Jo saying hello in your slides. That was.
I waited until right before I went on stage to like text it to her, and I was like, just so you know, I pixelated the finger.
People don't follow Paul Throughout on Instagram. It might be worth going to look at that particular picture.
She did a talk last year, so I was joking, not joking, how I'm always walking in her footsteps,
And there you are.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Microsoft's done a lot of stuff this week, I guess, right?
Yeah.
24H2, HoloLens canceled.
Although, does anyone actually have 24H2? Like, has anyone actually gotten it? Normally?
So I was wondering this as I was driving home from dropping my kid off at school.
Yeah.
I'm curious, and I'm sure the answer is yes. So they have it limited, right? It's like if you have some blocker or whatever, we're not going to ship you the stuff. Which we don't know what all the blockers are because Microsoft never actually tells us and they don't give us clear indications, blah, blah, blah. What is the likelihood that you could walk into Best Buy right now and buy a device that is not actively being shipped 24H2? I bet it's pretty high.
Yeah. The only exception would be the Copilot Plus PCs.
Right, which only have that. You can't get anything older.
Yeah, but I mean, even including the Zen 5 and Lunar Lake versions, like those actually do ship at 24H2, even though, and they have for like a month or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe they all would. I don't know.
No, I don't. I bet the regular PCs don't. In fact, I get review PCs all the time. Like even the most recent ones do not have 24H2. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting one actually either this week or next week in Mexico. So
what are they don't ship it to Mexico, so you're not going to get it until you go home, run Windows Update.
No, I've had pretty good luck.
Yeah.
He
can't sue us from down there. Ship it. we break his box. It's whatever. Yeah. Anyways, this thing's going to be rolling out for literal months. There'll probably be some sort of blog post in February is my guess. If they did it like last year, like, hey, most people now have 24H2 or something.
And it won't matter because 23H2 will have the same exact features for the most part, right?
Right. It's all just...
Yeah, it's theater, but...
Nobody knows. This is...
Yeah, well, good thing no one has to write a book about it and make sense of it, so, Kill me.
Like, there's a tactic in war where you just overwhelm the enemy with information and then they can never really figure out what's actually true. I feel like Microsoft just, right, there's legit updates once per week now if they want to do it. There's week D, week C, week B, week A. There's 24H2 shipping. There's Patch Tuesday. There's out-of-band security updates. They just keep throwing stuff at it so that we can't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Fog of war, fog of updates. I don't know.
I know. I have to look this term up because it's so unusual. It's hard to keep track of these things, right? Which is obviously the point. But what is this thing? Yeah. So in addition to, CFRs and different ways of delivering updates and all the things you just said, they just this week released something called a known issue rollback, a KIR. And this was to fix the problems caused by the latest preview update for 22 and 23H2. Okay. So this type of thing has actually been around for 10-ish years. I can't say I've never heard of it. I can say if I did hear of it, I have forgotten about it because it just doesn't come up that much. But I think that's the point. This is the end result of Windows as a service. They have a million ways to update things. And they use every one of them. And now with Windows 11, they use them every month, every month, usually twice a month, It's unbelievable. Remember there was 15 seconds where we were celebrating they were only going to release one feature update a year. Remember that?
It was a glorious 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The good
And
thing is neither of us work in a company where we have to support software on various versions of Windows that we ship up all the time, and then it breaks, and then people yell at us that we broke their stuff, and then we really didn't because Windows broke their stuff, and then they do a
wow,
no issue. Oh, it's crazy.
that was really specific theoretical, Brad. And, uh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. It's
Yeah,
too
I
bad.
really line that up with like, let me go start this different career path, but tangibly related to the previous career path, right when they said we're just going to ship updates whenever we cough.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. There's actually, speaking of new things and updates and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
this is not brand new to this announcement. I've seen it maybe once before, but maybe I feel like this is a brand new term. When not you, when when one updates their Windows machine um, with a feature update, there's what I would have called like a full upgrade, right? Where it's
Yeah.
delivered in a normal sense. And then they have these enablement packages, right? Where you've actually been drip fed a lot of these features over time. And then the enablement package basically just flips a switch and enables the things that were sitting there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really easy. So 22 to 23H2 is an enablement package. They're the same thing, actually. It's even stupider, but just a super simple thing. But now they're describing the other version because 24H2 is the normal type of upgrade, and they're calling it a full OS swap.
What?
Just the term swap is kind of an interesting one. It's almost as if Windows was in this weird partition all by itself, and you just erase it and then copy something else in, which, by the way, wouldn't be a horribly inelegant design. But uh, when you upgrade Windows, you retain your user account and all of its settings, the applications you've installed, whether they're from the store or the web or wherever you get them. I mean, it, so in other words, you're swapping all the code except for that stuff, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's an interesting term.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, because
I
when someone
follow
says
this stuff.
swap, I think like Mazda Miata LS swap. Like,
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Not like a flea market type swap, like a swap meet.
oh yeah, there's that. Swap meet would be another.
I mean, I think what this conjures to me is that thing I said earlier, this notion that maybe, I don't know, like we copy the new OS somewhere, we copy it in where the old one was, then we delete the old one. It's kind of like I
Mm-hmm.
wish it was, I don't feel like it is that elegant, but I don't know. It's an
Yeah, it reminds
interesting
me of
term.
like that folder sometimes you'll have. It's like Windows.old that's in
Yeah.
your C
hmm
drive.
hmm Yep. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Right. I don't, I mean, I guess when you do this, you do have that folder. Maybe that's,
Maybe that is what they're.
maybe that's a good definition of it. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, at least there's clarity on it. That's the important part for
Yeah. No, I sometimes they just stop using terms that make sense, like release candidate and RTM. And then
gold.
then they start using terms that they've never mentioned once and with no explanation. Even like, we have like the release preview channel,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to have a name for the thing that is Windows out in the world for for people not in the Insider program. So I started I refer to it as stable, right?
Yeah.
The stable channel, maybe they don't really, but they actually call it something. It's called the general availability channel.
Hmm.
And it just came up one day. No one ever said, "Hey, everybody gather around. We're changing the name of this thing." It just started appearing. But anyway, that's what I deal with. So that's not why I'm insane, but it's contributing.
A leading cause, right?
It's a symptom. No, it's a, yeah, I guess it's a causal trigger. I don't know what it is, but it's just Microsoft. The
Yeah,
week
4 out of 5
in
dentists would agree with that.
there you go.
All right, so you're still in Dallas?
Yeah, we're gonna fly to Mexico today, so I should be in Mexico tomorrow. Well, you know, barring any other hurricanes or whatever disasters. But yeah,
Thanks for wishing that will upon.
well, you gotta
Yeah.
get it out in the world, and then maybe it won't happen. I don't know.
Or maybe you spoke it into existence. But yeah, that's.
Yeah, I manifested it. Oh boy, I wish I had that kind of power, Brad.
I wish you did too, because I would got a lot of requests.